All right. Let's go back. Let's focus in back onto Harvey. You are standing in the middle of this village.
Hmm.
Around you, uh, you are being assaulted by the screams of villagers as they are being eaten alive by
Yeah.
ravenous zombies. In front of you is an undead that has been magically summoned. Um,
Uh-huh.
this dude, uh, it looks very confident. He's brandished a rapier and a stiletto blade in each of his hands. Um, and you can see Molly uh, crawling away, trying to regain her footing to flee the village. What do you do?
Yes. I'm gonna lock eyes with this specter. And I'm gonna reach down to my belt where my flail is kind of stowed, and I'm gonna like grab the head in the way where like the spikes like come between my fingers
Hmm.
and start to just pull out the chain while keeping my eyes locked with him. And I just wanna dash around him and get to Molly.
Ooh.
Um, I think this is gonna be a defy danger, right?
Yeah, it is going to be a
Um,
defy danger.
Off the bat, I'm gonna burn an inspiration because I need this to work. Oh, I'm so glad I burned that inspiration. That's two sixes. Again.
Okay.
God damn.
If I hadn't burned that inspiration for reference, it would have been a 6 and a 1.
Oof. Okay, then it's very good that you burnt that inspiration. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So, let's see. So basically, this is going to happen very
Oh wait,
quickly.
don't. This is dexterity, right?
It is.
Um, so I have bless on me.
Yep.
So that's a 15
Okay.
altogether. As well.
Phenomenal. Okay, this is going to happen very quickly. A lot of things, this is going to be like bullet time. So, a
Uh-huh.
lot of things you won't be able to necessarily fully accomplish maybe everything that you want to do. So
Uh-huh.
we're gonna play this as it goes. But you definitely move way faster than this undead nobleman thought you were going to move. He barely has time to react before you are behind him. Um, he is still turning around uh, by the time that you are behind him.
Mhm.
Uh, what are you doing now that you are behind him?
Oh, I'm ignoring him. He is of zero interest to me. I'm going straight for Molly. So as I established, I've like pulled the head of my flail out, so I just have a chain in
Right.
front of me,
Yep.
you know?
Yep.
And I just want to go straight for her as she's hobbling and start to wrap that chain around her neck.
Okay. So, hmm,
Because this is my standard flail, which has reach.
Yep, yep.
And I feel like if I'm pulling on the flail, I don't need to do my special thump, thump, thump.
No, no.
I
I
feel like I can just pull the chain out.
I think this is happening very quickly,
Mhm.
and I don't know if I want to make this a hack and slash or defy danger because I think it's gonna no matter what, you spent time getting around this undead creature, and you have to now work to get this chain wrapped around Molly, uh,
Um,
who
if it
is
helps you,
hmm,
both are dexterity for me.
yeah, perfect. That's fine, but I think it's going to be another defy danger,
Okay.
because I think what it is Molly is going to try and resist you as you do this, while at the same time you've turned your back, or at least maybe not entirely your back, but at least you're angled in such a way where you're not facing directly against this undead
Yeah.
person, and he's going to turn around and try and attack you. So go ahead and
All
roll
right.
another defy danger.
I'm gonna burn my second inspiration
Okay.
because I once again need this to work. Um, that's a 10. Dirty 10.
Hot damn. Okay. So basically, you wanted to wrap the chain of your flail around the neck of Molly, correct?
Hmm.
You do that, no problem. You do that so quick. You the way that I'm picturing it is you dash around the undead nobleman. Uh, you rip out that the chain of your flail, rip it around Molly's neck, and kind of like get behind her, uh, so that like you are facing the undead swordsman, as is Molly with you behind her. So that
Um,
Molly is between you and the swordsman. Is that what you want? How you wanted to position yourself?
yeah. And I imagine we need to get to somebody else, but I have something to say to Molly before we do that.
Perfect. What do you say?
As I like pull the chain tight, I'm gonna like pull her head up to my mouth, so like my mouth is like right next to her ear.
Mm.
Dispel the fucking zombies.
She laughs.
Oh, I'm sorry. And for the record, so like I have it pulled, and as I stated, the head of the flail is in my hand, and I have that pressed against her like the soft of her neck.
She struggles to laugh. And so we go back to the rest of the party. Um,
She's got no respect.
uh, let's see. Where do we want to start? Let's start with Folly. Um, Folly, what are you up to?
Well, let's see. I know Betty got the licking zombie off of Danny. I'm gonna. I think first of all, I'm gonna give Danny a hand up so that they're back on their feet. And I wanna let's see. Are there
Can I
any?
say, just for flavor, I like swipe the zombie saliva over my little fur lock and slick it back, and I'm just like, yeah, I was fine ultimately in the end.
If you wanted to gross me out, you could do that.
I'm as grossed out as you are, but the character has to decide.
God, the character's so good.
Yeah, I never stopped believing in you, Danny. Are there any zombies that are like immediately about to attack us?
Yeah, so there's still the two zombies that you and Folly and Harvey kind of were working against. I think Harvey damaged a couple of them. There were three, right? The three that were initially attacking you.
Yeah.
One of them was the one that attacked Danny that Betty beheaded. And so there's two more that are wounded that are kind of like trying to get to you guys. And then there's a few more off into the distance who haven't necessarily noticed you guys.
Okay. Another brief question. Two sessions ago, I got bit by a spider and took -1d4 to attack. Can I say that I drank my healing potion that I have in my starting gear? And no, okay, cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cross that out.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to pull my hunter's bow off my back and shoot whichever zombie is closest to us.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead and roll a volley.
Okay, that is going to be an 8.
Oh, hot damn. Okay. How do I want this to look? Okay, so here's the thing: is you almost kill this zombie, but he's still going. So I'm trying to think, and you're using an arrow, right?
Yep.
Let's see. Okay, I think what happens. This is gonna be. Yeah, I think what happens is your arrow lands at just like the perfect moment where it like pierces a leg and then another leg, and it causes the zombie to fall forward, and it's now dragging its body at you guys.
Okay, fun.
Yeah.
Oh, do I need to roll damage?
Oh yeah, that would also be very helpful.
Okay, that's 4.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's still what I described. Still, it still works perfectly. Yeah, he's still alive, but he's dragging his his undead body towards you guys now that his legs are kind of like skewered together.
Great. Can I try to kick him away from us?
uh, I
He
mean,
ain't got no legs, Devon.
Hank. I mean, Folly's got some legs though. Apparently. Um. Yeah. I mean, ooh. Go ahead. I think that's gonna be a defied. Is that gonna be a defied? Are you trying to What are you trying to do?
I'm just mostly just trying to like knock him away from us.
Okay, go ahead and roll. I wanna say that's like It's either hack and slash or parley. Um. So whatever you would like to do between those two.
Well, I have nothing in either strength or charisma, so
Oh, okay.
I guess I'll roll a hack and slash. Ooh, yeah, that is a 4.
Oh,
And finally,
Oh.
that's not
get
great.
some XP.
Yep.
Wait, can
Okay.
I help? Is it too late?
It is a little bit too late. The
We established that we have to claim that we want to help before rolls are made.
You're right. You're right.
yeah. So the zombie has latched on to your leg with its grasping hands, and it's gonna
Right.
dig its nails into you, and it's gonna deal some damage to you. It's
Come on, Devon. This is basically a glorified football at this point. How are we losing to this guy?
I mean that's how zombies get you. You underestimate them, and then all of a sudden they're biting your neck, and you're a zombie now.
Yeah.
No. Oh. He's not gonna fight Folly, is he?
He's gonna deal 3 damage. So if you have any armor, you can
Okay.
deduct your armor.
Okay, cool.
Can I attack this guy?
Absolutely. How are you doing that?
There's like a couple. There's 2 zombies left.
There is. There's one that is grasping Folly's leg, and then there is one that is, getting close to you guys.
So the second one is a little bit further away.
Yeah, it's a little bit further away, but it's within. It's probably within close range, I think. Like you could whack it with a sword.
Can I try to hack and slash both of them?
Yeah, I don't see.
Or I wanted to do a partial melee weapon and a partial like ranged attack. But there's no real way to resolve that, is there?
No, that sounds like it would be like two different hack and slash moves.
Okay.
Which we could do if you wanted to like mash them together, and we could kind of create like a cool little fight scene for Betty.
I want to do one hack and slash and then a volley, if that's cool.
Yeah, describe what Betty's trying to do, and then go ahead and roll your hack and slash.
So the first one is I want Bleu to rush this zombie that is grabbing onto Folly, and then I'm just gonna try to take that one out like as quickly as possible. I'm just gonna try to crush its skull, basically.
You know, like curb stomp it.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll the hack and slash for that.
That is dirty 10.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay. So I got both of my weapons. So to utilize them both, after Bleu starts grabbing this thing, I'm gonna like run over, hit it in the back with the spear, and then while I'm stomping the head, I'm gonna try to like lop off the arm that's like grabbing Folly, which comes to 9 damage.
Okay, excellent. You kill that guy.
Okay.
Please describe how that looks.
Yeah, so basically, like, Blue starts pulling the arm off. The, like, zombie tries to, like, swipe at it, but before it can, I, like, sort of dig the spear into its back, come through, lop off the hand with my, like, short sword, which looks like a machete, and then I'm just gonna, like, get, like, a running start and kind of, like, land on its head. I'm real heavy. It kind of is like stepping on a pumpkin. And then I'm going to pull up the spear and I'm going to turn to the other zombie and I'm just going to like fling it at it. And I'm going to like, or I'm going to whistle for Blue and like point and Blue's going to rush it. And then once Blue has it by the ankle, I'm going to fling my spear at it.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll volley and add the appropriate modifier for Blue.
That is 14.
Oh, solid. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Only one damage that time.
Okay. Well, we can still make this look cool at least. I think what happens is the zombie gets actually a good kick against Blue. Kind of knocks Blue out of the way. There's a little bit of a howl as Blue is kicked in the face. Your spear lands square into its chest, and it's sticking out the back. But this dude is just coming at you. It's got a spear. The spear is totally lodged in the zombie, and it is still coming for you. And Blue is trying to recover from being kicked in the face.
Okay.
Yeah. Danni, what are you doing after watching the zombie kick Blue in the face? And
How dare you, first of all, injure our sweet baby boy.
I mean, it was, there's no...
On my 14, you kicked my sweet baby boy in the mouth.
Blue didn't
The
take...
dog doesn't die in the end.
The Blue isn't dead. Blue is just a little stunned. How hard can
You know what I hope you sleep really well tonight and your dreams are untroubled by what you've done here today.
This podcast takes a strong stance against animal cruelty.
Very strong. Almost the most strong.
Even entirely fictional.
I know.
Devon
Yeah.
is pro animal cruelty, but as a podcast, we are very strongly anti-animal cruelty.
Yeah. I
So
love
sapient cruelty, though.
that.
Yeah, you can.
I love hurting animals. I don't know if you guys now know this, but I love it. It's my favorite thing to do.
Damn. Hold out.
All right, Devon. I'm gonna cancel you on Twitter. I'm gonna take that sound bite out and just.
I love hurting animals.
I think you could just argue it's hurting with an E, like.
Oh my
I
god.
love hurting.
I love hurting them.
I love hurting animals.
Oh yeah. Did you guys know?
There is zero evidence
Yeah,
that Devon has any experience as a.
I'm a shepherd. I'm a shepherd now, you guys. That's what I came out to Japan for. Is to become a shepherd.
What do you shepherd?
I shepherd goats. I help them clear out
Do
bramble.
they have goats in Japan?
I would imagine so, but I don't know actually.
They have goats in Japan. They have a bunch of goats.
They definitely have goats. I haven't personally seen one in Japan, but I'll let you know when I do.
So you're not actually a shepherd.
I
Yeah.
oh you're right.
Shepherding.
I'm shepherding.
Also, this is a tangent, but have you been to Cat Island yet?
I have not been to Cat Island, but I have been to a cat cafe a couple of times. It's pretty awesome.
Comes the cat cafe.
It's very cute. Every time I go there, a cat wants to be on my lap, and I love it every time.
Have
my
you never
gosh.
adopted one?
We're thinking about it, but we're planning on.
Okay, so you're a sociopath. I understand.
I am a
No,
sociopath.
It's okay.
Yeah. But I do have to tell you, there is one cat there who loves butt pats. Literally for the hour that I'm there, I'm just going pop 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 on his butt as he literally backs his butt up to you so that you just like pat his butt.
Oh,
It's
what a
so
Wow.
fucking funny.
lad.
Oh man.
That's
Yeah.
how
What
you
a
know
good
that your vibes are immaculate if the cats
Okay.
always choose you.
It's
Okay, Devon, I'm gonna ruin this for you, Rip.
Don't do it, Zach. I know what you're gonna
Right now.
say, and don't do it.
I'm sorry, I have to. The butt zone on cats is an erogenous
oh
zone.
oh I know
He likes it because you're turning him on.
this cat is horny as hell, man. I went with a I went with a group of a couple. It was me, my wife, and two other folks. Literally 5 minutes, me patting his butt, whoop, other person patting his butt, whoop, other person patting his butt, whoop, other person. He would just do his rounds.
Man.
My gosh.
Yeah.
Right.
It gets him off.
Yeah. Well, he's made it. He fucking loves. He fucking loves where he is.
Oh,
Good
man.
for him. All right.
sorry about that tangent, everyone. Fuck. Okay.
Now everyone gets to know
I'm
about
not
the
editing
cat
that
butt
out.
zone.
I feel like that needs to stay in.
So it's a PSA.
It's a
important.
PSA. Yeah. Now everyone knows how much cats like to get off.
Call out for this one specific cat.
Yeah. I love this cat though. He's so funny. But in any case, Danni, what are you
Yes.
doing? Yeah, there's a bunch of zombies. You guys are trying to make your way further into the center of the village, I assume. You guys have defeated a couple of the zombies that have been attacking you. There are definitely other zombies attacking the villagers. What do you want to do?
I would like to take my rock form.
Oh, damn. That's very good. Do you have to roll for
I
that?
feel like I should have a catchphrase for when I do that. It'll come to me. Anyway.
Yeah, we'll think of something.
9 plus 2, 11.
Solid. What does it look like when you turn into your rock form?
I'm like a big guy made of gray stone, and it's like held together with like phosphorescent vines in my imaginary place. And like if you look in between the stones, it seems like that there should be something there, but there isn't. And the longer you look, the more your mind wants to like break. It's like dividing by zero, you know. So I'm just rocks held together by vines, and then in between the rocks is void.
That's wild. Very cool. What are you doing now that you're a rock person?
I'm gonna tackle the zombie that Betty was attacking.
Okay, excellent. All right, well, you'll be attacking the last remaining zombie, I think.
Really?
Yeah, because I think Betty just smashed in the brains of the one that was attacking Folly.
The one with the spear in him.
Oh. You're absolutely right. Yes, you're absolutely right. You're gonna go tackle. Okay. You're gonna tackle the zombie with the spear in his chest.
Yes.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll a hack and slash.
And I would like to point out that I would like to tackle him for the purpose of causing pain, not just to like knock him over.
I love it.
Okay. And can I use an inspo ahead of time, just in case?
Yes, please.
I went from 2 2s to 2 6s.
Whoa! What? What?
Good thing I used that inspo.
That's crazy. Okay. Holy hell. Okay. What does it look like? What are you imagining? You want to happen? Oh, also roll your damage. Roll your damage.
My damage is in rock form. Just my regular damage.
What's your regular damage?
A d6.
I feel like it's still a d6, even in your rock form. But you know,
it would be added potency.
Yeah.
Like now you are made of rock. You have the ability to crush a zombie's skull with your fist because it's made of rock.
Yeah.
But you're still at killing things as you were when you weren't made of rock.
Okay.
Oh no. Okay. I want you to. You're not gonna do. You're not gonna do any mortal damage to this zombie, but I want you to cripple it in some way. What do you do?
I was kind of picturing that I like just like arms, legs spread out, like basically cannonball onto this guy, but like flat. Is there a name for that when you dive in a pool but you're in an X? Anyway, onto him.
A belly flop?
Yes,
Yeah.
that. I'm sorry. I said cannonball. I want to belly flop onto this guy.
Okay. Hold on. Let me just see, because I feel like I think what happens is you hit him in your belly flop form with your arms out. I think you hit him with such force that two things happen. One, you don't do a lot of actual damage to him, but I guess you do a few things. You hit him, the chest pushed out of his chest entirely. The spear is now lying on the ground, a few feet away. You then hit him with so much force that his arms just fly off. They just like explode off of his body. And you can't and also his ribs are also like kind of like mangled in his torso area. And he's kind of like on the ground now, armless, kind of like writhing as he like tries to figure out how to get back up onto his feet.
I just can't believe the dice had the audacity to give me a double crit and then 1 damage.
The dice gods are unforgiving sometimes.
Yeah. Got a sense of humor.
Yeah. So you guys have a generally clear path to the center of the village, but I think I'm gonna jump back to Harvey before you guys get there, if that's where you guys want to go. So Harvey, I think you've been too distracted to see what's been going on, where your friends and companions are, but you have Molly, chain wrapped around her throat, the spike of your flail, at the soft of her neck, and the undead swordsman, has paused in front of, you two. What do you do?
Okay, so the last thing she did was like attempt to laugh, right?
Yeah, it was like I don't know how to do this. It sounded like it sounded more of a cough than a laugh, but it definitely tried to communicate a laugh.
Okay, so I'm just gonna ask her, what's so fucking funny, Molly?
She's going to try and say, I guess here, loosen the flail, and I'll tell you.
I'm gonna kind of chuckle. Just tell me, and I'll loosen the flail.
She laughs, or tries to laugh again. I can't unsummon him.
Why?
If you don't do something, she's not going to answer. Fuck, how do I want this to go down? This is crazy.
You can have him attack me. I have a plan if he attacks me.
Okay. I mean, that's what's going to happen. That's what I was trying to figure out how this is going to happen. He's going to attack you. The undead swordsman's going to go for you.
I want to roll onto my back since she's hobbled and we're facing the swordsman. Correct?
Yeah. Yep.
And I'm just kind of climbed on top of her.
Yeah.
I want to roll onto my back and pull her on top of me.
Okay, so she's kind of like a human shield while you're kind of on your back on the ground. Okay. Roll a defy danger.
What's the
I feel like
skill?
that's dexterity with the way that you're going about it. You're trying to
7? And that's if it's a dexterity.
Because are you trying to get out of the way, or are you trying to use Molly as a shield?
Whichever one benefits me.
How
No,
about
you know what I mean? Like it's like
no for sure.
in the moment
I know
it
that
seems like
I know
getting
that's
out of
how you'd like it to be. Uh,
Yeah.
but how is it within the fiction? Are you trying to use Molly as a shield to defend against this attack, or are you trying to roll out of the way with Molly
it's a,
to avoid the attack?
it's a little bit hard to put myself in the shoes of my character at this moment. I don't know. Okay, what are the well, I mean, what skill would I be rolling for each one?
Because it would be, I think it would be, plus con otherwise.
Oh, it doesn't fucking matter.
Okay,
Either
perfect.
either one works. They're
Excellent.
both a +2.
Oh my, you have a +2 in con too?
Mhm.
Oh, hot damn. Okay,
That's
excellent.
where I've been putting my level up.
Okay.
Okay, so
No,
since
no.
it doesn't
I think,
matter,
yeah.
I think I'm actually, since it can go either way, I don't think I would prefer to use her as a shield. I do think I would prefer to roll out of the way.
Okay, cool. Basically, I think how this looks is you kind of roll back with Molly, or maybe like you kind of like do like a side roll to the side, and like you roll backwards, and the swordsman comes in with his rapier, and his sword digs into the ground where you and Molly once were, and he turns to face you again, in your new location as he pulls out his sword. What do you do?
Is my flail still in the soft of her neck?
Can I jump in?
Ooh,
At a
yeah. Tell me.
because you said we had a clear path.
You have a generally clear path now to the center of the town or village.
And on the top of the hill is Harvey, and between us and Harvey is this figure, this undead figure with his back to us.
Yes.
I'm going to use called shot, and I'm going to try to take a shot at his head.
Thank you.
Cool.
So I'm going to say we're all moving in our V, and Bleu just picks up the spear for me in his mouth like a stick, like a good boy. And I'm going to sheath the sword, and I'm going to pull out the arbalist, and I'm going to try to take a shot. That is a 13.
Oof.
Hot
So
damn.
I roll my damage, and it is one additional effect. So I only do 2 damage, but if this creature's affected by poison, I still have the poison on the bolts. Additionally, the creature that I hit can do nothing but stand and drool for a few moments.
Okay. I think I have a question.
Yeah.
For all of you, if your armor blocks all damage, would the effects of poison still be applied?
No.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think the
Yeah.
effects of poison would only be applied if you actually take any
If you
damage.
sustain some damage.
Mhm.
Okay. Excellent.
Or like ingest it or something.
Yeah. Okay. So it actually has to make it through the armor to actually like be effective. Okay. Excellent. So I think what happens. Okay. I think so. You did do what you wanted to do, Betty, in that you aimed for the head, but I think what happens, because the armor blocked all of the damage, since you only did 2 damage, right?
Yeah, for the poison, but I still get the effects of like dazing.
So I think what
I wanted him to be dazed.
Yeah. So I think within the fiction, it's gonna look like it hits his. Yeah, I think he has some like shoulder armor on, and I think it hits him directly in the shoulder, and it like knocks him totally off balance. Um, and so he has to recover his stance. And it just like totally like puts him off kilter. He was hit, like imagine like being hit out of fucking nowhere by a really powerful bolt. It's gonna throw you off, and so I think that is what is gonna happen since it doesn't do any actual damage. It definitely leaves an opening, and it causes him unable to do anything as he tries to um, regain his composure.
So hopefully that makes like a opening.
Yeah. Cool. So the three of you are working your way towards the center of town. I would say you guys are basically within. I think you guys are within like near range at this point, with maybe Betty a little bit behind you since she took a shot. Harvey, you quickly rolled out of the way of the undead swordsman's attack. Shortly after that, literally seconds after that, the swordsman was hit by Betty's arbalist bolt, knocking him off balance and dazing him for a second as he tried to regain his composure. The rest of your party is trying to make its way to the center of the village, but the swordsman, still dazed, is standing in front of you. You have Molly. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm gonna waste my roll because I should attack this specter. But the last thing she said to me was that she can't dispel them.
Right.
So I'm gonna say, what the fuck do you mean you can't dispel them?
He was summoned by a scroll. There's no way for me to stop him.
Okay, so I'm gonna take the head of my flail and like put it down like a single spinal
Vertebra
thing. Yeah, vertebrae. And I'm gonna press it in. My attempt is to paralyze her from the neck down.
Oh fuck! You're trying to you're trying to hurt her, right? Like you're literally trying to injure her.
Oh yeah, I want to paralyze her from the neck down.
Okay, go ahead. Let's see.
What about like a defy danger roll with dexterity, but the danger is to Molly, because if he fucks up, then she's just fucking dead. Because you fuck up her medulla oblongata.
Oh.
And she can't fucking breathe.
Shit. Okay. That's a pretty good idea. Okay. You basically you would cause fucking brain damage instead of doing a paralysis. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think that's a good way of doing it because I don't see any other reason why you couldn't do that since you have her in this position. So go ahead and roll a defy danger to try and paralyze.
Fantastic. That's a 9.
Okay, you do it, but with a complication. What is the complication?
Can I take damage?
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen, is you're going to do it, but the undead swordsman is going to recover a bit quicker because he's undead, so like he wasn't stunned for nearly as long as like a normal person would be. And I think he's going to stab at you with his rapier, and he's gonna do a bit of damage to you, sir.
Is he?
He is. He is gonna do. Oh fuck! He's gonna do 8 damage, and he also does 2 piercing. meaning that
Pitiful.
unless you have 3 armor, he's going to do that full 8 damage.
Pitiful. Wait, meaning that what?
You take 8 damage.
Yeah, pitiful. I spit on it. I
What?
spit on his damage.
That's
Tui.
8 damage.
Yeah.
Tui.
I
spit on it. It's nothing. This is nothing to me.
Yeah, he gets in a pretty good attack, and his sword.
No, he doesn't.
I mean,
like in comparison with my hit points, this is nothing. I spit on it. Tui.
And then
a flesh wound.
A flesh wound that is now your flesh is being pierced by a rapier. In any case,
Tui.
the rest of you have now made it to the center of the village where all of this is going down. I think we're going to focus in on Folly, who I think is kind of like leading everyone at this point. What do you do, Folly?
I am going to cast Magic Weapon on the small bow and arrow that I have.
Ooh, hell yeah. Okay.
Because I have not great damage otherwise. That is barely a success. That is a 7.
Still a success. Okay. But you were doing it to cast Magic Weapon, right?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything for when you cast a spell? Like, is there a list of things that happen if you don't get a full success?
Yeah, 7 to 9, you draw and welcome attention or put yourself in a spot. Your casting distances you from your deity take -1 ongoing. Or after you cast, the spell is revoked and you cannot cast the spell again until you commune.
Okay. I think I like that last one. I feel like
Cool.
you've casted this several times, and it's been a while since you've communed / meditated. It's been a while since a long rest, and I don't think you'll be able to cast this again until that happens.
Cool. I am going to try to shoot the fancy zombie or whatever.
Ooh, the fancy zombie. Yes, that is his name from now on.
Great.
Go ahead and roll a volley.
Oh my god, I am not rolling well. That is a 6. That is a failure.
Ooh, that is a failure.
XP, hell yeah.
Okay. So I think, oh man, I think what happens.
And I have to announce beforehand if I want to use an
inspiration. Oh,
inspiration, yeah.
That's the rule for our aid, but is that the rule for inspiration? Because I know in our other games, we allow it after the roll? Is that how?
Are you voting yes, Zach, or are you voting to allow it?
No, I'm pretty sure that we've talked about it and have decided that inspiration as well.
Yeah,
in this specific game.
All right, that's
works
fair.
like aid, where it should be called beforehand.
It should be used beforehand. Okay, that's fair. Okay, so you rolled a failure on your volley roll.
My shot just goes completely wide.
I think it goes. I was gonna say, I think it was gonna hit its target, but I think the fancy zombie whips out his hand, blocks it with a stiletto, and flings away the arrow.
God.
Yeah, and
guy.
This I know this dude, but also I feel like that's not enough of a punishment for your poor roll. So, yeah, I think your magic weapon fades from your bow.
Cool.
You had this one chance, and since it just fades away. That is the issue. Is it fades away. You have been. It's been too long since you've communed with your deity. Okay. Let's see. Let's jump to. Let's jump to Betty. I think you're catching up with the rest of your companions. You've obviously witnessed everything that's going down. Harvey has, severely injured Molly. Whether you know how bad that is or not, I don't know. But this undead swordsman is kind of standing between you and Molly. What do you do?
Folly, you can still cast magic weapon or no? It's out. It's out. It's done.
Yeah, they can't cast magic weapon anymore.
So I was gonna try to get a little extra damage.
I can still cast bless on you.
But the bless is for accuracy. I'm at like a +4 for my volley checks right now.
Oh yeah, I don't have anything that does extra damage.
Is there anything that grants like potency? Like anything that makes any kind of damage like radiant or more like holy or anything like that?
Out of spells that I currently have, no.
Guess, yeah. I'm just gonna go straight. I'm gonna shout for Bleu, and Blue's gonna like run over. I'm gonna grab the spear out of his mouth, and I'm gonna like pull out the machete in the other hand, and I'm just gonna be like running like it's the fucking end game, and I'm just like sprinting at another person. Blue's like next to me, and Blue starts to like pull ahead, and I'm just gonna try to do. I don't necessarily want to like take this guy out. I more so want to like set him up for Harvey to just like take his head off of his shoulders, but I don't know how to do that like mechanically other than like an aid roll.
I mean, I'm not sure if it exists in Dungeon World, but it's based off 5e, or it's based off D&D, so maybe there's like prepared rolls, like where you can hold your action because you're kind of preparing for somebody else to do something.
There is the closest to that would be a defend roll, but that's usually when you're like standing in defense of a person, item, or a location.
Okay.
But otherwise, there's no way to like hold your attack, or like to like hold it as if for like a trigger.
What do I do if I want to take one of this guy's arms off?
It's a very specific move that you're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. I would give you a hack and slash with disadvantage if you're trying to do something that specific.
So roll 3d6 and take the lowest.
Could Betty potentially roll flat since he's like completely distracted by me?
He's not. He is not completely distracted by you. He's already he's already aware of you guys because Folly tried to hit him with an arrow, and he saw that coming and defended himself against it.
Then I'm gonna make this like a hack, instead of a hack slash, I'm gonna do a volley, and I'm gonna try to like chuck the spear at his like wrist and just like pull apart his hand at the wrist.
Okay. I'll go ahead. I'm just gonna have you roll a hack and slash for that, and we'll let the roll decide how good, or how accurate that was.
If it's still ranged, can I still add dexterity instead of strength?
Sorry, you're throwing it, right?
Yeah.
That's a volley. That was my bad.
Okay. So 2 lowest on the dice are 7, but with the mushroom and my modifiers and the help from Blue, it's an 11.
Hot
Oof.
Hot damn. Okay. Go ahead and roll your damage real quick. 3. Okay. So, damn, that's so fucking good. I think I'm just gonna give it to you, because you were successful on your disadvantaged roll. You chuck the spear. It goes exactly where you want it to go. You wanted to sever the hand that was holding the rapier, right?
Whichever hand was most opportune. I don't know if he's taking a stance like this or whatever. If he was
so
the back,
the way
possibly, but
the way that I was imagining it was, his rapier was still stuck in to Harvey, and then he had a stiletto blade that was kind of like what he used to knock away the arrow that Folly shot at him. So he had one arm that was kind of free range, and there was one that was kind of stuck in Harvey. Which one
it
were
would
you
probably be the hand with the stiletto.
with the stiletto? Okay,
If that's the one that's up here,
yeah,
that just threw the arrow, it would probably be the stiletto would fly out of his hand.
okay, that's so good. Okay, um, the spear flies true as it could, and it severs his undead hand. The spear passes by his shoulder. His hand, with the stiletto still grasped within it, flies in the other direction. He is missing a hand. The rapier still lodged in Harvey. You deal a little bit of damage to this man. Oops. But he seems unfazed by what happened to him. Let's see what's going to happen. I think he's going to pull out his rapier from Harvey, and I think he's going to walk over to the hand that you severed, and he's going to pick it up. Let's see, who do we want to jump to?
Can I go?
Yeah, Harvey, what do you want to do?
So I'm gonna, now that I have made Molly a quadriplegic, I'm gonna kind of release the ball and pull my flail out and just bring it around and hit the specter in the head.
Excellent. Roll a hack and slash.
8.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Ooh, 10.
Oh, hot damn. Okay. You release Molly. You fling out your flail, and you whip it out at the swordsman. The flail head hits the swordsman, square in the chest, and kind of rips a hole into his chest. But he seems rather unbothered by the damage as he picks up his hand and holds it to the stump on his arm, and it kind of reattaches itself to it. And
don't love that.
Yeah. And Molly, now free from the chain around her neck, just laughs. She is unable to move anything below her neck, but she is laughing hard.
Who gives a fuck? She can't move anything below her neck.
I think maybe we have to kill her to kill him. He just regenerated.
I'm gonna shout out Burning Brand, and then I'm gonna turn to Danni, who is made of stone, and say, Danni, you can turn into stone there. Can you turn into fire?
No, because I haven't studied the essence of fire.
Well, there is a burning brand right next to you.
Oh,
What do you mean?
I guess we're going to talk about physics right now. Is fire an inanimate object?
Yes, it's not alive.
That's
But it is
a
but it is not necessarily. I mean, I guess it's a state of matter. Okay.
But it's not like plants.
inanimate natural objects or creatures made thereof.
Because
I don't
because
know if it would apply.
because fire is it's a plasma, right? The state of matter of fire is a plasma. And I don't know if that's necessarily inanimate.
Not to mention, even if I could turn into fire, I have to spend time in contemplation of the object, which makes sense. If I could just turn into literally anything by looking at it in the middle of battle, that would be way too OP.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, I definitely don't want to stop you. I guess we can have this conversation later. I definitely don't want to stop you from being able to turn into like a fire elemental. But I think since you have not yet done that study, you definitely cannot do that at this time.
There's another move related to the elements, but I don't have it yet. So I think I'm just gonna vote with Devon that I don't think fire counts as an inanimate object.
Okay.
So I don't think you could count it as an object, really.
For sure. I was mostly just operating on like, I don't know, like guesswork. Because I still don't really understand Danni. And Danni turned into a rock, and I never saw Danni study a rock. So,
Yeah, but think about it.
Danni, I'm pretty sure Danni did study a rock at some point.
I did study a rock, and I studied poisonous vines, and I studied a corpse. I have earned all my shapes. Not only that, but I feel like to know if something's an object, think of like, can you hand me 2 of those? You don't say, can you hand me 2 fires? You might say, can you hand me 2 rocks? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, but that's like, can you then turn into a liquid?
Like, oh God, I hate it.
Is
water an object?
I can't
hand you 2 waters, but water is, I would say, an object.
Is inanimate?
Is an object.
Can you hand me 2 waters?
Oh yes, no, we're gonna have to have a conversation.
But when you say, can you hand me 2 waters, you really mean 2 glasses of water. You don't mean literally 2
waters. Is that 2 molecules of water? Is that 2 liters of water? Is that 2 gallons of water?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to argue that Alyssa should be able to turn into fire. I'm just trying to argue that it wasn't a dumb question to ask.
It was. I absolutely agree with you.
Yeah.
It's not a dumb question.
You can't knock the hustle.
I feel like more than anyone on the team, you have tried to like point Danni at things and be like, use druid powers. Like you just have no concept of what druid powers.
Yeah, Ben is like, use druid powers, and Danny's like, wait, that's not how druid works at all.
My bond with Danni is literally, Danni isn't like any other druid I've ever met. I must learn how they think.
I appreciate it. I appreciate your belief in me.
No idea what Danny's capable of. I'm like, Danni just turns into shit sometimes. The way that I think about Danni is the way that like boomers think about like anyone under the age of 30 who can use the internet.
It's basically magic.
It's like, can you make me a JPEG? It's like, I can make you a JPEG. I can upload a file as a JPEG. It's like, you can make me a JPEG, and then you can use the Squarespace to make me a website.
You're like, that's, I guess, like, you're so close to understanding it, but you're still so far away.
Like, do you have a URL? No, what for?
You're like, what's a URL? What's that stand for? Oh my god. In any case.
Betty cast Burning Brand.
No. Wait, no, Betty can't cast Burning Brand.
Betty... I thought you were...
I was telling Harvey to cast Burning Brand.
Yeah. Wait, okay, sorry. I just want to get back there. Who just hit the fancy undead? The fancy man?
Right?
Yeah, it was just Harvey. Okay. So Harvey just hit the fancy nobleman. The fancy undead nobleman. Yeah, I think let's jump back. Let's actually jump to Folly. I think it's been a while since we've heard from them. What are you doing now that you are in the center of this village?
quick rules question. I feel like someone asked this earlier. I forgot the answer. Can we use more than one inspiration point at once, or is it just one?
It is just one at a time because it gives you advantage to your roll.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to try to turn undead again. On turn undead, if I get a 10 plus, it has additional benefits. So that is what I am
Attempting
going for
to do.
here. But
Hell yeah.
yeah, but given the way I've been rolling, who knows?
Is it possible to help with this kind of thing?
Not with
don't
this
think
roll.
so.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I did not get 10 plus. I got a 9.
I mean, that's still, that's still successful, right?
Okay, yeah, no, just on a 10 plus, I momentarily daze intelligent undead and cause mindless undead to flee, which would have solved some problems.
It definitely would have.
Mhm.
But in this case, okay. So now that you've casted this, you are basically, you are in the midst of using your deity's power to fend off this undead. Are you trying to get it to back off from where it is?
Honestly, I think what I'm going to do is I am not, at the moment, not super great at actual combat. I think what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to turn back to the village and I want to start trying to chase some of the other zombies away from the villagers they're attacking.
Oh shit. I fucking love that. Okay. So you, Folly, kind of turn away from your companions. I feel like, in a way, you're entrusting them in dealing with Molly and the fancy undead in front of you, and you are trying to.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah, and you're trying to kind of help out the village and trying to push away the undead that is plaguing this village.
Yeah, I mean, you did say they were undead eating people, so.
Yeah, no, they're yeah, no, that's great.
We've just been ignoring the suffering of the villagers this whole time. I kind of forgot about them.
Yeah. So I think, Polly, you're very effective in what you're doing, and you cause a lot of I mean, anytime you get near an undead, it causes them to stop what they're doing and just immediately back away from you, and try and get away as far as they can. And I feel like with what you're doing, you're trying to you're basically pushing the zombies outside of the village so that they are no longer attacking the villagers, and you're allowing them to regroup in a sense and pick up arms so that they can better defend themselves.
Okay.
I love that so much. Okay. Let's see. Who should we go to next? I feel like we can go to Danni. Yeah, Danni. What's going on with you? You
I'm feeling good. I'm still in my rock form. I'm feeling crunchy.
Yeah.
I would like to tackle Mr. Fancy Pants.
Oh, that's okay. Perfect. I go ahead and roll me hack and slash. That's perfect.
That's strength, right?
It is, yes.
Okay, and then my rock has +1. 6
total. Okay. God damn it. Okay.
We are earning a lot of XP tonight.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Danny's gonna level up if they survive this. Oh my god. Okay. You go to charge the fancy undead, and he gracefully dodges your attempt to tackle him, while at the same time kind of bringing down the hilt of his stiletto at the back of your neck as you pass by, and go ahead and take some damage. Since your rock form, you're not gonna get the piercing damage. But let me just see how much that does to you. It does 2 damage to you. So
Oh.
if you have any armor,
No, it broke before because we haven't been to a town yet, so I haven't fixed it.
that's true. But I feel like also, when you transform into your forms, you generally get like some benefits, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like some of that should be some like you get just a +1 natural armor for your,
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
at least for your rock form, right? Like you wouldn't get that with your Bloodhawk form, but I feel like you would get that with your rock form.
Right, okay.
So
We did give me like a harder to damage thing when I become a actual rock too.
oh right, yeah. So I think that still makes I think that makes sense. So go ahead and take just 1 damage total. Um,
Sweet.
as you run by the swordsman as he dodges you. The swordsman is now going to rush at Harvey, seeing him as the most obvious threat. What are you going to do, Harvey, as the undead swordsman attacks you?
I think I want to try to tank it and attack him back.
Excellent. You guys are going to exchange blows. Go ahead and roll a hack and slash.
Oh, the dice gods have smiled upon me for what's probably one of my final rolls of the night. 2 6s.
Fuck yeah.
+2.
Fuck yeah. Okay. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Just 5.
Okay. That's not nothing. And you roll 2 6s? Yeah. He comes. Okay, so this undead swordsman comes in to try to attack you. You guys kind of engage, I think, in a bit of you kind of, trade blows. You're blocking his attacks as he's blocking yours. But I think you get in a good hit and you smash into his undead body with your flail. And you deal a pretty decent amount of damage to him. But he's still definitely kicking. Betty, you're watching Harvey and this undead swordsman engage in battle. A flurry of blows are exchanged. Molly is on the ground, laughing still, even in her paralyzed state. What do you do?
Is she okay? Like psychologically?
I don't think so.
Can I make a parlay roll with a god?
Oh shit! Which god?
I probably shouldn't do this because it's charisma. I have a -1 in charisma, but I wanted. You can tell me if it's parlay or another roll, but I wanted to reach into my bag and pull out the loose bag of other teeth and make a prayer to whatever deaf god is listening to say, you can have this sacrifice of hag mother teeth that I was saving to make a blessed weapon if you, the god of death that I am praying to, give me some kind of weapon that is useful against the undead, since you are a deity of death. And I'm going to say like a little quick prayer under my...
That is so cool. Go ahead and roll a parlay.
Oh, thank God. Okay. It would have been a full failure without the inspo, but with the inspo, it is an 11.
Oh shit! With the inspiration, it's 11.
That's with my -1 in charisma.
God damn.
Oof.
Okay, that is awesome. Okay, I think with your prayer, the god of death, who reached out to Folly, answers your request, and gratefully takes the hag mother teeth from you. They seemingly disappear from your, from the pouch or the jar, that you collected them in.
Okay.
And you see the zombies that were attacking the rest of the village stop their assault, and they drop to their knees, and they are now corpses. Corpses now riddle the village, no longer moving. However, the undead swordsman, who you were all battling, takes a moment and falls to one knee. He kneels down on one knee and growls to himself.
Oof.
And he looks at you, Betty, with daggers in his eyes. And he says, "This is not the last that you have seen of me. But I will not."
Can I?
Oh, yeah, Harvey, what do you want to do?
Can I say that as he says, "This is not the last you've seen of me," my flail just comes right through his head again.
Roll a hack and slash.
Yes. 10.
Roll your damage.
10.
You see his face cave in. It's a mangled mess. It is disturbing to look upon, but he still moves. He looks at you all with the most baleful look that you've ever seen any creature give you. And he runs away faster than you thought humanly possible. And the last that you hear of him is a growl of anger that pierces the night air of this ravaged town. You guys have saved this town from the assault of the zombies. Molly lies at your feet, paralyzed from the neck down. An undead swordsman with a mangled face has escaped. And I think that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Yeah, sounds good.
So, to summarize, one of you guys actually tried to help the villagers. One of you guys committed a human atrocity. Zachary, I'm looking at you. And one of you guys got an undead creature pissed off at us who will follow us forevermore.
Can you blame me for assuming that the conjurer of said undead creatures would be the way to go to turn off said undead creatures?
No, I have
it was definitely a good idea, man.
That was my vibe. I thought it was,
and then
going on the when you're in an airplane and it starts to go down, pull the gas mask.
Yeah,
right. Some first type vibe.
And then I paralyzed her from the neck down because I didn't want her to crawl away while we were dealing with everything else.
Oh, she will not be crawling away now. That's for sure.
For sure.
Sure, it might have been kind of horrible, but what else was I supposed to do?
It's okay.
Not a human atrocity.
Yeah.
Rope.
It's okay. I'll make sure that it's not.
I don't have rope.
I'll make sure it's not too much of an atrocity the next time we pick this up.
Luckily, no one can express moral judgments on things you do in D&D or RPGs unless you kick a dog, Devon.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, whatever.
Priorities in order.
I didn't kill the dog. I just kicked it a little bit, okay?
Oh man.
Again, I can't help
Unacceptable.
I can't help myself. I love doing it. It's my favorite thing to do.
Devon loves hurting animals.
I love hurting animals. Thank you. If anything to take away from this episode is to take away that I love hurting animals. There's nothing that I love more than doing that.
It's a weird pastime, but we try to support him as his friends.
Oh my god.
You were
Okay.
like half the spoon right now, girl.
Did you guys learn something new and important about the world this session?
Yeah, I learned that fucking guy exists.
There's a fancy zombie out to get us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly don't think so.
Yeah, fair.
I think
It-
I did. I don't know if I knew. I don't know how much faith I had in the gods before, but
Yeah, I'll leave that one up to you guys. If you guys don't feel like you learned anything, don't take an XP point for that. But if you guys felt like you
Okay.
learned something from this, go ahead and take an XP. Because I feel like it's kind of a more of a personal thing for your characters to have learned something from the world in this session. Did you guys overcome a notable monster or enemy? I think you guys should all take a point for that.
horde of zombies.
Yeah, a horde of zombies. I feel like you guys definitely all worked towards fending off the fancy undead. The fancy man.
We overcame him,
You
whether or not we killed him.
Yeah, you overcame him, exactly. And then, did you guys loot any memorable treasure this session?
No.
You didn't. I didn't give you an opportunity for that. That was my bad.
All this work and didn't even get paid.
Didn't even get paid. I know. Okay, cool. So those were the normal end of session triggers. Let's go through your alignment real quick. Zach or Harvey, what's your alignment?
Neutral. Did you defeat a worthy enemy? Defeat a worthy opponent.
I want to say yes on that. You definitely took down Molly, who may or may not have been worthy, but you also fended off the undead fancy man.
My alignment was lawful, cling to the League's code of conduct even when impractical or inconvenient. I don't really know if I did that this session.
Ooh.
League's code of conduct. You did try to help the villagers, and wasn't your code of conduct something to do with like do no harm type of thing?
Kind of in that vein, I guess.
I want to give it to you because you did work towards helping the villagers,
Okay,
not be assaulted by ravenous zombies.
cool.
Oh, kiddo.
Danni, what is your alignment?
It's chaotic and it's encourage someone to break social norms. I haven't got that one yet, and we already changed it a little, so I think I just need to do more role playing.
Yeah, I know. I feel like that's also like partially on me for not like I don't know. It's hard like balancing everyone's character, right?
Not to mention, when you're playing like people who just kill with impunity, there's not a lot of social norms to break.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. What more social norm is there to break than murdering someone, right?
We've only people we've murdered are the poachers, and that was in self-defense.
Yeah,
That's true. We
I
haven't
suppose that's
actually
true.
killed a lot of people.
Yeah, otherwise
killing
you
animals.
yeah, killing beasts or animals. Yeah, we could maybe think
What
of a new alignment or like a better description of your alignment.
I don't want to make it too easy for myself, but I was thinking, what if instead of encouraging others, it's just breaking social norms myself, or causing someone deep discomfort due to my actions, or like something like that.
I definitely
creeping someone out.
I definitely like that. Betty, what is your alignment?
I didn't stick to my alignment this session. My alignment was stuck to or enforced a contract. I wanted to talk to Molly. It took me all session to get to her, so I couldn't enforce the contract.
Yeah,
that contract is done.
The contract is. I mean that aspect of the contract is not so great. Yeah, you can't take an experience point for that. Okay.
Yeah. Hoping next session I can drag her paralyzed ass to court and be like, look, did we paralyze her? Me personally, no. Us as a group, yes. Does she owe us an amount of money?
Maybe.
Yeah, legally binding contract.
You
Uh,
won't get there. It's vicarious liability. Anything that Zachary does, we can be held responsible for as a group because he did it within the scope of his employment.
God damn it,
Yeah,
Zach.
but the contract, we're gonna, Alyssa, when we come back to this campaign, you're gonna have to pull out every lawyer trick you've learned in the meantime to help us get all the money we can out of this contract.
In my 4 weeks of law school, I'll just be throwing words out, not
Yeah.
knowing what they mean.
Hey,
By the
you'll have
time we
more
come
than 4
back to
weeks.
it, you're gonna be done with a full semester of law school.
Yeah, the next session is just gonna be you guys in court for the next 4 sessions.
God. Just play out a whole court scene.
A whole court scene. Yeah, exactly.
I really want to do like, oh, this is a huge tangent. But I really want to do a law of miniseries because I learned so much fun stuff to say in school, but everyone's so serious about it. I can't just like play with it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
There
for
have
sure.
been no fake trials at all.
I feel like there are definitely some like indie tabletop games out there that are just like courtroom dramas.
Oh yeah,
That would be so cool.
I'm sure there are. Man, I should look that up. Okay. Did everyone take a point every time they failed a roll?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm so close. I'm 1 XP away.
Oh
Are you
no!
failing?
Oh no! That's so close. That's so frustrating. Okay,
We'll
but
get there.
I don't think there are any other XP triggers.
Bonds. I was actually gonna change / resolve 2 of my bonds.
Oh hell yeah! Yeah. No, tell me about your bonds.
Well, it's Betty one. Betty has a connection to a divine power beyond my own. I must learn from her. And Harvey, though his methods are strange and violent, Harvey is a valuable ally. I hope he can say the same about me one day.
Okay.
Aww.
Tell me how your bond with Betty resolved and what you want to change it to.
Oh no, those were the things I was changing it to. Sorry.
Fuck yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah. My old bond with Betty was I still don't know if I can trust Betty, but I can learn a lot from her. And my old bond with Harvey was Harvey is in constant moral danger. I must guide his mortal soul.
Oh shit. Okay, those are excellent resolutions and excellent new bonds.
Cool.
Phenomenal. Go ahead and take 2 XP points for those.
I had one of my bonds that I resolved.
Oh yeah. What bond did you resolve?
Betty evades death, and I will learn from her. We're all just trying to learn from Betty.
Betty's so knowledgeable.
Yeah. She's like handed out wisdom, doesn't even know it. I think probably what Danny picked up from these experiences and the experiences of the last session is just watching Betty like do anything to survive, including and not limited to like turning to religion in the last damn minute. You just gotta fight to survive.
You gotta fight on all planes, you know?
Yeah.
The turning to religion thing I've been planning all arc because there's an ability for the ranger where you can like take cleric spells.
Mm-hmm.
And after like we had like the first session where like Betty and Folly were like vibing over like kind of like working together, and like Folly was like blessing Betty a lot. I was like, I feel like it would be really cool to have Betty on board with like the death gods. I don't know if they're going to be the same god. I feel like Betty's probably going to worship some version of death that's like based around like carrion and like death that you find in the wilderness. But
That's so cool. I don't know if I've shared this document with you guys, but I have a document of all the pantheon that I've been working on.
Ooh.
And there's basically for this world that we've been developing, there's like a council of death. It's not just like one death god. It's like several death gods who kind of like have take care of different aspects of death. And that's very cool that you've taken an interest in one of the gods of death.
You know what I was thinking?
What?
Since we now have 2 group members that are like involved with gods of death, And then I'm also a druid from the Blasted Wasteland. Maybe that would be like a good place for our next little series, since there's all this death and carry-on creatures and stuff out there too.
Yeah.
Also, give me a tremendous advantage. But that's
Yeah. I have to think about it some more, but I was thinking about taking you guys to one of the dragon cities. Which
I'm sorry, the what?
They're I've been calling them the dragon cities, but they're the cities that are on the backs of flying dragons. They're like these ancient dragons that have cities that have been built upon their backs, and they never land. They're always constantly flying in the sky, and that's like where the elves kind of like do their business.
Dude.
So
that sounds freaking cool.
That's where Harvey's from.
Yeah, that's where Harvey's from. So that's where I've been thinking about taking you guys next session. But I do like the idea of doing like a courtroom drama. So I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit to see what we want to do next session.
Or just do like a courtroom one shot or something.
Yeah, maybe we'll just do one session of where you guys like defend yourselves and like I don't know.
Get paid, hopefully.
Get paid, yeah, exactly.
All right.
Awesome.
Should we call it?
Yeah, I think that's gonna end it for tonight.
Thanks, Devon.
Yeah.
Thank you.